Whoa, okay, that was fast. He's literally grabbing the sword. Okay, now you heal maybe? Basically, Kane is her weak spot. It will break the cycle. See you at the bottom, I guess. So he's like actually hegemony type and he didn't chant anything. You will just get like new fresh kind if you do this. Yeah, it's still possible to like revive him. Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of the irae. So, today I learned some new stuff about things in the DS era, about hegemony and about transcendence types. Because I didn't thought about this that way. I said actually that, but I didn't thought about that way, and I didn't realize this. Like, we have types that are like can be mixture of both. Like Bay is apparently claimed as hegemony, but he's also transcendent type as well at the same time, because he's like changing into like vampire or something, right? So he's also like changing physically, so he's transforming himself and also transforming his area. Rusauka is more like pure hegemony type, and from what I saw, you didn't told me in the comments yet. I don't know if you already did after I record this, maybe you did, but what I think is the another mixture, and I didn't thought about this, could be Christoph. Because Christoph used that like lightning, or like this like sword, lance, whatever, and like teleported like Himuro somewhere. So he is supposed to be transcendent type. But seems like he can like project some stuff, so unless this was his Aknerbere or something. And this is just like his weapon, like he throw the weapon and it's just like teleported stuff or something. But my assumption for now will be that Christoph is another type that is like mixture. Like he can like mainly transform himself, but he also can like support himself with like some area. So yeah, I think that that's it, like for the like just short beginning, and let's just go to the episode, because I don't know how long it's going to be, because this is going to be very like fierce battle, very fierce battle between Ren and Sakura. So let's do it. I was the first to react. The guillotine appeared on my right arm. A thick blade made to decapitate. Oh yeah. Oh my god, I love this. Oh my god. Sakurai has such a badass Aknerbere. I love it. Like, I love this like flaming sword. It's so good. Damn. Sakurai gripped her scarlet sword just a moment later. Kane remained completely still. Was he going to just stand and watch our battle to death? Whenever lay under the mask conveyed no emotion. Yeah, he can probably no move. She like calmed him down, but yeah, I wonder who controls him. This is weird.
私の剣に勝つそういう言い方は俺には適当じゃないなどうしてお前の刀は勝負の道具だよな戦いのための武器だだから勝った負けたって話になる
Wow. For Ren is decapitating people. Okay, that's good. Okay, I like it, Ren. That's based.
でも俺のは違う俺のギロチン
Hell yeah. Oh shit, she attacked already. Whoa, okay, that was fast. The scarlet sword came swinging down from above. Before I had time to finish, I blocked it with my thick blade. Though mine was thicker and heavier, Sakurai was sharper and faster. Well, she's not going to let us like chant stuff. Oh! New CG of actual clash. We didn't had that before. Okay, this is cool. Ren didn't even like use blade to actually block this. He's literally grabbing the sword. Look at that. It's like his fingers are here. He literally just grabbed the sword. Wow. Okay. Okay, Ren. Okay. We're locked. Blade in blade. Falls. It's your fingers, not your blade. I guess your arm is a blade, like full thing, so technically you're right. The two Aknerbere gave off magical sparks as the sound of metallic grating broke out. Both blades could take the other life with a single slash. I could retreat. I couldn't retreat, nor could Sakurai fall back. Sakurai attacks were filled with explosive, killing intent, but her tone had the serenity of an ocean lull. The scarlet blade pushed towards me from above, but I was stronger than her. My thick and heavy blade pushed her the nimble and light one back. Sakurai's face contorted slightly. Sakurai fiercely twisted her body. A loud metallic screech followed, but her scarlet sword moved not an inch. Even I could tell that there was something wrong with her. The curse is probably acting up, huh? It's weaker than when Rusauka was alive, but it's still on her, so... If she's somehow right now betraying actually Heldrich, then this is activated. And she feels pain, and cannot like fully fight. A battle between Aknerbere is a clash between two desires to kill. The one with the stronger fighting spirit and desire to kill would win. Skill was actually secondary. If it wasn't, I would stand no chance against those bastards who's been training in the art of killing for over half the century. Really? I would say skill is more important. I'm not buying that. She made a big mistake. If she thought she could take care of me with superior technique alone, though I doubt Sakurai would be that concerned. I mean, okay, it makes sense because the more souls you have, the stronger you are, and you can actually hurt another one. If you have more souls, like your power level is stronger. But still, if you have skill to overcome this, then you can still like aim for like weak spots, dodge attacks of the stronger one. I don't know, I feel like skill is actually more important. It felt like Sakurai was holding back her desire to kill that would normally fuel her magic and strength. And she wasn't focusing enough to notice the gaps in my offense. What in the world was on her mind? I had a better stance. My thick blade weight was overwhelming her nimble sword as we were locked together. But that was the keyword. Locked. We were at the deadlock. I couldn't break out of my stance. If I did, the last thing I would see would be that scarlet quatermoon flying right towards my neck. I didn't believe I could ward off another blow. That's why I shouted. Sakurai shot a sharp glare into my eyes, which I reflected in dew. Our desire to kill clashed. Our blazing magic swelled up. At that moment... Yep, she has fire magic, alright. A deafening explosion. Deafening explosion. Oh, like Kane is actually going to move, huh? Tubal Kane had interfered with our duel. His massive lump of metal, with the sword that's headed right towards me. So he actually moves, so she's actually controlling him. Okay. I mean, yeah, there's like no reason to like hold back. She's fighting for her like family and stuff, right? So yeah, she will use Kane. Like for a second I thought like she will try to make like honorable duel with like 1 versus 1, but yeah, there's Kane, so why not to use him? My body moved on its own. I thrust my right hand out as I jumped back, feeling everything shake with a clang. It was the sensation of my guillotine being repealed by the black, much thicker and heavier than itself. Blade, sorry. Such an amazing intercept. The thing closed the distance between us with a roar in just an instant. Had I not jumped back on the reflex and blocked with my guillotine, I would have been sliced in half. But Kain suddenly came to halt and pursued no further. Okay. Kain is like really acting weird today. Kain, are you ill maybe? I'd forgotten to breathe during that clash. My heart, that had been frozen in shock for a moment, now resumed, beating like a jackhammer. Oh, he moved without Sakurai intervention. So basically, souls of her family still recognize her and they try to help her. Wow, this is good. I like it. If Kain, like no one controls Kain, he actually still have like his memories of like his previous life and Sakurai's family. Wow. So Kay brother actually trying and helping her in the glimpse of his like, you know, flashes of like consciousness. I could tell Kay was looking at me behind his mask. He showed no concern for his fallen comrade. Fang was only looking at me. The mix of man and abomination moved forward, solely with the intention to kill. Its gaze like a laser, sighted on a killing machine. Just then, I blocked his attack, but I felt it alright. It was as though the two full-powered chainsaws crashed into each other. My skeletal internal organs shook and shrieked from the shock. Kane then stopped once again. It was just like what happened at the club. Without any external commands, these monsters only respond to bloodlust. I grasped pathetically, but Kane wasn't agitated at all. I didn't even feel like a living thing. It was a doll made to fight, not an opponent I could execute. I would be killed if this kept up. I couldn't win in a sword fight with that thing. So I dodged instead of blocking this time. The giant lance pierced through the spot I was only mere milliseconds ago. It's not a lance! What the fuck? Now. The lance handle was right before me. My right arm glided by it. Past it was Akain's arms connected to its shoulders. Those shoulders covered at its neck. That was my target. Sparks flew. I felt another metallic crash. That was neither made my bones creak nor groan like two chainsaws. Yep, that was she protecting Kain. Yep, protecting her family. This, like, basically Kain is her weak spot. Like, if you attack Kain, then you have a chance to actually make a fatal blow on Sakurai if you think about this, because she will protect him. Sakurai was the one who intercepted me. Her slender body had appeared from behind Kain's giant frame. Our gazes locked. Sparks almost literally flew between us. But I didn't have time to deal with her at that moment. Get out of my sight, Sakurai. You got wounded when you tried to evade Kain's attack earlier. I don't have time to mess with someone who's already injured. Oh, Kain is like getting serious. There was no room for distractions against this beast. Suddenly the giant lance exploded. A startling flash rushed all around us, destroying everything in its wake. Right after that, the shrill sound of the fluorescent light rapturing ran through the whole floor. A lightning strike. The discharge of electricity sent me flying, and Sakurai, of course, was also caught up in the devastation. I saw it in the corner of my eyes. If anything, she suffered more damage, standing closer to Kane at all. It all happened in but a split second. A torrent of unbuilt energy. My guillotine shielded me from the majority of damage, but the scent of scorched flesh filled my nose. And... yeah... she will like... oh my god, this is so bad. It's possible that... okay, I might be wrong. Like, I thought like maybe Sakurai will die becoming next Kain, but it's also entirely possible that the Kain will literally kill her. It will end the blade. It will end the blade of Sakurai's, the blade of Longinus. If Kain kills the last Sakurai, then the blade have no soul to absorb. There will be no another Kain. It will break the cycle. It's like entirely possible to be the outcome. Sakurai called Kane's name, but he didn't respond. Her voice couldn't reach his ears through that thick mask. Oh shit. Okay, he's using lightning now. He's pissed. An explosion of lightning knocked me away. But it continued. For more than a moment this time. A torrent of completely unrestrained destructive energy swept me away. I protected myself with the guillotine again, but my back was violently smashed into one of the observation glass windows. My lungs felt like they'd been crushed. But Sakurai... wow, she really don't want him to fight. I mean, it makes sense because each time he's like using his powers and stuff, then his soul is like deteriorate even more and he's dying faster. Like his body is like decaying faster and stuff. So yeah, it's not like she's like afraid of Ren dying or anything. It's more like she's afraid of him like basically dying faster. Sakura clung to Kane's waist. She protected herself from the lightning with her sword with one arm, while her other was around Kane. But her blade was thin, and the lightning strike was merciless. It tore through Sakura's clothes, skin and flesh, yet she kept clinging to Kane and screaming. Yeah. It was at that moment I understood why I could overwhelm Sakurai that easily before. She had been afraid of this outcome, of Kane waking up in response to our bloodlust. It seems that without a puppet master around, no one could control the thing anymore. Sakurai's screams fell on deaf ears. Yo, okay. Is that the new CG? Or we had this before? We had this before, right? In the club. I don't remember now. It looks awesome. Intense light burned my eyes. A pale curtain covered my line of sight, as though the sun had suddenly shot up in front of me. It was a torrent of vast light that came with an impact. Everything was taken from me at that moment. Sight, hearing, smell, touch, taste. I was disconnected from the outside world at that moment and launched into darkness, seared by light. My body creaked, but I didn't feel a thing. With all my senses isolated, I lost sight of who I was. What the hell? Did he just use Genjutsu? Just then? I defended myself with the guillotine. I turned towards the source of the white heat and released my Asaya had full power. I lost consciousness for a moment. Okay. I was in a midair. Oh, great. See you on the bottom, I guess. I didn't feel an impact. I was probably lucky I couldn't feel what had been the strongest attack up at this point. The first thing to come to me was my sight, followed by sensation on my skin, and then my smell and hearing. I probably blacked out for a split second, but that was enough. I could feel I was falling. Nothing was holding me up. Yeah, you will fall on the concrete. It will do nothing to you probably, because yeah, you can survive Kane attacks. Yeah, so that would be like mosquito bite for you, but still you need to like get up back, so it will take a while. My body danced in the air. The night sky was all around me. The observation deck slowly shrank away from my feet. I could see the pieces of windows glass and that decimated wall drift in the air with me as in the slow motion. Oh my god, the fucking effect. I hate this effect. Is this the time when Ren will finally realize he's like third degree and he will know what he wants to do? Is it the time for his Bankai? I had a revelation. Yeah, I really get this. My life wasn't flashing before my eyes or something like that. I didn't feel like dying or losing. Rather, this change in my perception of time manifested to give me a way to survive this fight. Rusauka had spoken of it. The third degree was where you create your own rules. Yeah, so this is going to be the third degree of Ren. Where your own values, common sense, oaths and prayers warp reality itself. Also, you also told me in the comments about this, like, just weapon of Ren, like the Yetsirak degree, second degree, can wrap the reality itself. Already the second degree. So yeah, like his weapon is freaking amazing. Because like, I mean, it doesn't really matter in terms of like ADO because they're like immune to this, right? Like, this is still weird. But basically, decapitation by Ren is like just instant death and like you can't like revive out of this. So it's like, yeah, it's like wrapping reality. I mean, okay, that feels dumb actually. If you cut someone's head off, then yeah, they're dead. Duh. That's not wrapped reality actually. Wait, what? Okay, I might like remember comment wrongly or something. Or I'm confused. Okay. Never mind. Let's continue. Just like she had controlled cursed shadows that robbed mobility and a manifestation of her sadism. I too had desires and values, a specific world I craved. What was it? It goes without saying. I wished for time itself to halt. Okay. That was what I always believed. I don't want to lose to day-to-day life I love so much. It was the perfect time to put my rules into motion. Okay. I had to put a craving engraved on my very soul to words. Now and here. I wouldn't die. I couldn't die. So everybody gangsta until we chant poetry, huh? I was gonna back to my day-to-day life again, where Kasumi was waiting. I prayed harder than I've ever before. Wait, so he's going to be able to stop time in like some specific area? So he's like actually hegemony type? Also, what kind of bullshit ability is that? Like, are you going to be able to like stop enemies in like one place in some specific area? Like this is OP bullshit. Like this is more OP than Rusauka. Rusauka was like restraining people. You are going to stop time? What is this? My field of vision widened up all at once at the very moment. I slowed the speed of my own time. For some reason, I just knew how it worked. I opened my eyes wide. There was most certainly a road there, made out of countless debris blown away by Kane's lightning. Shards of glass, window frames and pieces of wall. They moved ever so slow as if sync with my body. Okay, so he's basic. Okay, I understand now. Have you ever... So he's basically playing Matrix. Or Action Man. Have you seen like this like very, very old cartoon? It was like, I think like it was made in CG, I think. It's really old. And Action Man, and there was a guy that was like the main character was like kind of like Ren right now. Like he could like see stuff and then he just like did it really fast. It's like, so basically he's slowing time for himself, but he's like moving faster. I mean, like he's moving in normal speed, but time is slower for him, so he can like react faster. So it's not like he's like increasing his own speed, but by having like faster reactions make him faster, if that makes sense. I grabbed one of the big window frames and dragged it towards me. Of course, it wouldn't support my body, so it wasn't fixed in place or anything. But its weight was enough to get me moving back there. I recorrected my posture, so I was now upright instead of head first. I stepped on the glass next. I couldn't support my weight either, of course, but there were countless other shards like that floating in the midair. I just kept moving from one shard to another before the previous one would sink. I kept ascending higher and higher with each step I took. Okay, so maybe he is actually moving faster as well, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. I mean, okay, this, like, his whole idea of stopping time doesn't make sense. What the fuck? It's really defying all common sense. What the hell? Maybe he actually stops the time of, like, non-living things. I reached a large chunk of concrete that had been a wall. The lump of stone was over twice my weight. Perfect. I grabbed it, dragged it towards me, and used it as the foothold as I jumped with all my might. My body slowly swam through the air as it reached one of the observation deck windows. The effects of my creation figment wore off just as I landed inside the observation deck. It was probably because the danger was over. It seems I couldn't totally control it yet, but I had no time to worry about it now. And he didn't chant anything. That was chantless. My time returned to normal, and I shot forward like a bullet, unable to firmly plant my feet to the ground, as I crashed into the wall at the opposite end. Yeah, suddenly your perception went to normal, and you realized how fast you went, right? And like you just slammed the wall. I hit my back really hard. As intense impact ran through my whole body, knocking me dizzy and filling me with nausea. I proceed to make a big show of throwing up right then and there. Yep, surprise. So what's your third degree? Okay, huh? I want to see. Cane lightning strike stopped. I was lucky. If it would blow me away again, there wouldn't have been any of the derbies left for me to get back up with. Yeah, I just defied logic and physics. Yeah, that's my third degree. I still don't get exactly what that is, but it is something with time manipulation. I'm not sure if he makes himself faster or he actually makes some area move slower, or it's just his perception. It can be like a lot of things. So I wonder. Sakura was collapsed at Kain's feet. She was frozen completely still, like a deer in the highlights. Her raised face blanked with a look of shock. Well, it was no wonder. I just came back from the blown out of a tall tower, and she likely had no clue what I used as a scaffold. Kain was completely motionless. A BK police had finally gone through to him. Once I'd finished throwing my guts up, I staggered to my feet, wiped my mouth, and glared at Kain. Yeah.
もう一度やれって言われてもごめんだけどな。
藤井君、あなた。
ってなんだよカイン。あんたもうボロボロじゃんか。
It seems that the thing that with Kain wasn't that he would not move. It was that he could not move. Kane's body was starting to fall apart, like an unraveling mummy. It was like just a matter of time before it completely broke apart. Yeah, pretty much.
来ないで
Kane tried to take a step forward, likely sensing my fighting spirit, but Sakurai clung to his waist. He was closer to that eerier burst of lightning than I was, so I was surprised she could barely move. Or maybe Sakurai will actually be absorbed by him? I think like we are going to lose Sakurai this fight. I think we are going to lose Sakurai. Either we are going to lose both Kane and Sakurai, or Sakurai will become next Kane. I mean, Kei will become next Kane, because obviously Sakurai is becoming the next Kane, because only Sakurais are him. Her embrace couldn't stop Kane. All she was doing was postponing his inevitable fate.
バルカイン
I slowly approached the two of them. I couldn't let him go free, regardless of circumstances. I couldn't forget all those students I'd failed to save. I had to ensure he paid for his crime. Sakurai let go of Kane as she staggered to her feet and tried to point her sword at me. But she failed and crumbled to the floor. Her sheer determination was simply no match for her physical limits. It would have been a miracle if her body was responding perfectly after being electrocuted like that.
桜井はお前を守ろうとしていたのにな。もう敵も味方もわからないのか。
Sakurai said that he was her brother. In that case, I'd hate to force his little sister to watch him going rampage like this any longer.
終わりにしてやるよ。
But Ren, that will make this blade to absorb Sakurai? You forgot? I mean, okay. Okay, like, yeah, we established that in the previous episode, actually, like, it doesn't matter for him. But, yeah, that's not good. In general. You will just get, like, new, fresh kind if you do this. You know? He will be just stronger. I didn't know what kind of guy he would be in life, but I couldn't imagine he would enjoy an environment when he was forced to fight even after becoming a corpse. His left arm fell clean off by itself as I took a step towards him. He was a lost cause. Without Sister Lisa around, no one could stop this body from falling apart. So I figured it would be a greater mercy to kind of a roar in response to the destruction of his body as the false lance flashed brilliantly and was engulfed by the black cloud of static electricity. He was trying to call for the hail of lightning again. But I wouldn't let that happen on my watch. Kane had violently leaned to the side, but with a single decapitation flash, it fell off without shedding a single drop of blood. Well... Okay... Are we going to see Kay being sucked out by Blade now? All that was left was his torso, holding on a huge lance. However... Wow, it's still moving. Whoa, okay. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's a corpse. Kane's headless body still moved. It swung the lance around with its remaining arm.
一撃ってわけにはいかないか。
That was the most terrifying thing about this freak. It had an immortal body. If he had been in perfect condition, like how he was back in the club, perhaps he would have regenerated his head right here and now. Maybe. However, my guillotine danced in the moonlight. Damn, that's a lot of slashes. I slashed him diagonally across both shoulders. I strapped around him before he had the time to react. Slashing him in the flank, I then slashed up and down. The triangle I'd cut on his back overlapped with the triangle I'd cut in the front. Okay, that's savage. A roar came, not from his decapitated head, but his giant lance. Sakurai had said that was a replica of the Holy Lance or something, I see, that thing kept him alive. I put my entire soul into countering the undead soldier final strike. The two blades crashed. The cursed false lance burst open, oh, with a roar. The vanquished soul's sword within it surged into the sixth swastika. Oh, wait. So Kay will not become the next Kain. Kain is over. The blade is done. The blade is destroyed. The blade opened the sixth swastika. Yeah, because it absorbed. Oh, so like wow. So basically, the people that Kain killed and family of Kay just opened the next thing. I mean, I wonder if you think about this, if this wishing thing, like they can like have any wish to come true, right? Then Sakurai should not really care about Kain being dead or not right now. Even if the lance is destroyed, even if Kain is destroyed, then she can probably just bring him back, right? She can like bring her family back with this like wish that she can have later on. So it's not like she needs the body of Kain or anything. She just wishes, hey, I want my family back, and they're back. Right? So I think like now I think that she overreacted. She didn't put this through. Yeah, it's still possible to like revive him if you like actually if LDO win and actually like, you know, revive Heldrich and stuff. All the way I heard the voiceless death, the throes of the dying giant. By the time I regained my sight, he was no longer anywhere to be found. Then I turned to my other target.
Sakurai.
I approached Sakurai, guillotine still out. I bent over and placed the blade, built to execute at her throat. Damn. It was not an act meant to be attack. Not an act meant to be an attack. But she could probably dodge it just by turning her body. She could just probably dodge it, yeah. But Sakurai wasn't looking at me. She merely kept gazing at the scattered remains of Kain, even as my blade pressed against her skin.
Sakurai!
I paused my right arm above her head. Even though there was no need for it, I only needed to add a little bit of strength to send Sakurai's head flying like Kain's. I still used as wide emotions I could master. Then No, I still couldn't do it. I couldn't bring my right arm down. I just didn't feel it. The guillotine silently vanished, as though to reflect my capitulation. Her voice hit me like a shard of ice. I didn't answer. I couldn't answer. I just stared blankly into Sakurai's eyes without any will to reply. Yeah, but it's not like for Ren, it's not like really like nothing matters. Yeah, he has his reasons and stuff, but still it's not feeling okay. Like, he just basically murdered your family. And yeah, that feels bad. I took a breath to answer, but instead just sighed. I stood up and turned my back to Sakurai. I turned around. Sakurai was glaring at me with eyes that looked like they could start a fire all by themselves. But didn't have the will to take her glare head on or push back. I was tired. The core of my brain had burned out, leaving me unable to think straight. And Sakurai didn't have the strength to stand up after buffing in Kain's lightning. Her whole body and senses had likely grown dim and numb Willpower alone wasn't able to make up for her limb muscles.
死ぬなら勝手にしてくれ。
It was troubling. I knew I hadn't been resolved enough. Just a thought of bringing my right arm down Kei's neck filled me with deliberating exhaustion.
私は死なない。
I could hear her loathing in her voice.
あなたを殺すまでは。
Yeah. Okay, so now we have a new driving point for Sakurai. It's going to be revenge. Okay, so she now turns into actually antagonist. I thought like she might join us at some point, but I was wrong. She's actually going full on like Nazi mode now. She's going to be 100% with like Heldrich and LDO. Like, maybe not like 100%, because her main goal at this point will be to kill Ren. And that's not like the main goal of like Oda's LDO. So yeah, but still, she will help them and stuff just to be able to kill Ren.
そうかよ。
I walked the staircase without looking back. I just left Sakurai, Kain's remains, and Lance right there where they were.
Oh, Ray, 無事かよお前。
Yay, I did it! And I will tell you what happened in the next episode, actually. So, yeah. Wow, what a fight. What a fight. Great episode. Emotional. Sakurai having like new driving point. Which is basically revenge now. And also we got a glimpse of how Ren 3rd degree looks like. It's still not explained how exactly it works. It's something with time manipulation. Cannot tell yet what it is exactly. Is it just his perception? Is he thinking faster? Is he himself accelerating faster? Or his body is just like moving like normally, but I don't know, maybe he's just like area is going slower. It can be like a multiple things really. So yeah, or maybe Ren is actually the mixture. Maybe Ren is actually transcendent point and hegemony. Maybe he makes things slower and also... But he didn't change. So he's hegemony. Well, anyway, we'll learn this in the future probably when Ren master his ability, because that was on the impulse right now. So yeah, anyway, that will be it for this episode. I will tell Ellie and Shiro what happened in the next time. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining for this episode. Thank you everyone for supporting me. And I will see you in the next one. So leave up a like if you liked the episode. Dislike if you didn't like it. You can subscribe if you're not subscribed. Check my Discord. You can also become a member if you want to support me and have episodes easily. So yeah, thank you once again. And for now, Pocket Watch is going out.